thought I was kidding. It's 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're getting ready to go now, and I'm going to show you guys how to draw the house plan, as well as you're going to offset some lines and make sure that you have the house aligned to the correct offsets. So essentially you're going to have some dimensions offset here for 2 points on the house and offset this way. So I'm going to use offset. I'm going to use 10 feet. I'll select this line and offset it this way. I've got another offset of 25.4 feet this way. So you don't have to put the foot mark. And then I'm going to offset the next corner 16.7 feet. I'm going to select this and offset it this way. Now I'm going to draw a house. I'm just going to draw a box. And you're going to draw it in rectangular format, and then you're going to move it in, then you're going to have to line it. So it's going to start at any corner. And we see that the house is 24 foot wide, comma, 32 foot long with a porch. And there's the size of your house. So you'll draw that little porch here, and then you'll put the text on there, or you can copy your house and put it in here if you want to. So I'm going to grab this and I'm going to move it from this corner to, now notice that this line is not touching this line. So how would I snap it to where those things would intersect? And it only wants to go horizontal or vertical. I could, but easier than that even. Shift right click, apparent intersection. Remember that? So select over this line and select over this line. And one student said just extend the line, then you'd have the 2 points. So it's up to you guys how you do that. So now I'm going to rotate this thing, and this point is going to stay fixed. But I need an arc of rotation because I want to see where this point is going to end up whenever it's on this line. So this is correct here. This is correct here. Now I need this point to be on this line, but I'm going to draw a circle, and this is the trick. You're going to draw a circle with an endpoint here, and you're going to drag it down to the end of that line. So the radius is what the length of the line is. So now you see the sweep, and at this intersection is where this point will end up if it's pivoting around this point. This point is already fixed. So I'm going to type in the align command, AL, and I'm going to select that box. I'm going to select the endpoint and be very careful what it grabs. Now it said select the first source point and the first destination point. I'm going to select the two of the same places, and that makes that the pivot point because I'm not trying to rotate that one. Now I'm going to select this endpoint or the midpoint of that circle, and I'm going to select the intersection here. Now there are only two directions because we're not in 3D, so that would be your third rotation point. So we don't have that. It's asking for my third source point. You hit enter, and no, I don't want to scale the objects. No. So now it's rotated it, and if you look down there, it's exactly at that point, and this one would be at exactly that intersection. Now when I go in here, I'm going to go in and I'm going to turn on my survey arrows style, which is already in your drawing, and I'm going to make this an align dimension because I want it to be perpendicular to this line right here. So align, I'm going to grab that intersection or endpoint and allow it to snap to perpendicular. And if you don't have that in your object snaps, go ahead and turn it on. There's 16.7. Let's do another one from this endpoint to perpendicular, 25.4, and another one from this endpoint to perpendicular of this. And I'm going to force perpendicularity because if it snapped to that endpoint right there, it would not be perpendicular. That's at an angle. So if I do that, it absolutely makes that dimension perpendicular. Alright, and then you're going to delete these offset lines and this circle, and then you're done. So that's kind of how what you want to see is the arc of the swing so that you know where to set this next point. It's at the intersection of the arc of that swing and the offset line of 16.7. Remembering that your source point is going to be here for the first one and stay there for the second one because that's your pivot point. This one's going to start at the end point of that swing and then go to the intersection of the 16.7 and then that arc of a radius or that diameter of a radius of 32 feet.